Yeah, obviously he's been out at training this week and today. We know that he's been feeling a bit sick, so he's distanced himself a bit, but it's business as usual for us.
Will he miss the game tomorrow?
I really don't know, to be honest. You're asking the wrong person, so we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully he's feeling all good, but whether he's there or not, we've gone over it well enough, the game plan of what we need to do, so we're ready.
How crucial is a win coming off your heaviest loss of the season?
Yeah, I think this game comes at the perfect time. Having Melbourne Victory at home, it's the easiest fixture to get up for and get the motivation and have a reaction. So it's come at a good time for us. But last week was disappointing, but I don't think it's really affected the group too much in terms of our morale and how we think we're going this season. I think obviously after the break, it's been a little bit disappointing in terms of results, but overall I think we've started reasonably well.
Do you think this is the perfect time to kind of kick Victory while they're down?
Yeah, it can be, but it can also be the danger game. It's always difficult to play against any Melbourne Victory team, but especially one that has the players that they have in the situation they're in. So, they have players that can hurt you at any moment, so we have to be switched on in every moment and make sure that we're giving our maximum effort.
Obviously no Victory fans at the game. How do you think that's going to affect the atmosphere, and what kind of advantage do you think that gives you?
Yeah, well, I hope that our fans can create an amazing atmosphere as they always do against Victory. Obviously it's disappointing to not have packed out stadium and obviously no Victory fans in there. So it's always the best game in our calendar and the best fixture at Coopers. So we're hoping for a good atmosphere. Hopefully it's not affected too much by not having the Victory fans there.
Did Carl read the right act this week, or did you or any of the other senior players get the boys together and have a chat about the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, look, it's not necessarily something we've sat down together with and discussed, but we have spoken about the smaller things like the disciplinary side and just making sure that we're doing the right things, because although some of the last results have been disappointing, we have to make sure we're putting in the work, we're doing the right things and making sure we're doing what makes us a great team.
The red cards, yeah, that was silly and cheap. Is there a frustration amongst the playing group with the way that you're playing? Because a lot of them look like they're sort of born out of frustration.
I don't think so. Possibly frustration with how the game's panning out, and it's obviously something we have spoken about to stamp out, but it's not something that we've said we have to cut out that aggression. We just have to control it in the right way. We've got to make sure that aggression comes not only obviously in the tackles and being mistimed, but in the press, in the action, in the way we control ourselves with the ball and the way we apply what we're trying to do.
Harvey back out there today. How's he coming along? Will he be ready tomorrow?
Yeah, he's coming along good. He's trained this week, so it's obviously nice to have him back, and the quality that he has is important for a big game like this.
How huge is that, especially given the defensive performance last week, to have him come back into the side?
Yeah, obviously, like I said, he's a quality player, and we're very happy to have him back into the side. Last week was disappointing in the way that we conceded 3 goals after going down to 10 and probably lost our structure a bit. But again, I don't think that's an accurate reflection of the overall performance that we've had and the way we've defended this year, So I'm confident in the group we have, and we've done really well in a lot of games this year, and we know that if we apply ourselves in the right way, that we'll win this game.
Is this the perfect fixture to reignite the second half of the season?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I think it comes at the perfect time, and it's the easiest game to get that motivation up for. So we need to use that and feed off the crowd and the atmosphere that they provide, and obviously work hard to get the 3 points and try and build on from there.
It's been a warm week. How have preparations been? It's going to be warm tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it's something we used to with the last, couple of home games against Newcastle and Perth. So we know what to expect. We know how to go about our day and prepare ourselves for the game.
Can you take solace from the fact that your best performance so far this season was here against Victory?
Yes, but you have to, act on where you are at the moment. And obviously the last few results, besides the Perth game, haven't been the best for us. So, like I said, it's the perfect game for us to turn it around, but we have to make sure that effort is there, because I think at times in the last few games, we've probably been beaten by the other team putting in more effort rather than the tactics.
And Isaiah's got a 3-game ban. How did you see that? Did you think that was a little bit harsh? Or?
Yeah, look, I think you can see from the footage he didn't mean to get him, and it is just a little bit ill-timed. But he has had another red card this year, so they're probably going to act more harshly on it. It's obviously 3 games is disappointing, but we just have to accept that and go with obviously what we have for the next games.
Probably sounds a bit harsh, but it was your quietest game probably in a long, long time last week. Obviously the whole team was down. How are you feeling now after the buzz of the World Cup slowly starting to wear off and getting back just purely playing club football?
Yeah, 100%. It was disappointing last week because over 90 minutes, I think I looked at the stats and I had 25 touches, and that is a quarter of what I would have in a game usually. So that's disappointing for me personally. But, obviously I've set such a high standard, so to have an off game, I have to know that those are going to come, and it's about, producing and staying level-headed to do the work and get in the right positions. So definitely, obviously everything at the World Cup is heightened, and the expectation and the aura around the tournament everything is important. Every single day is so heightened. So to come back, I've been sick twice. I was sick for the first Brisbane game. I was sick during the week for the Perth game. So that's been difficult as well to try and get the fitness back up with that. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident, and yeah, I'm ready to get going again.
Mark Milligan said that the reaction at the start of the week was really good to the result. Is that something that you've been particularly driving in your role as well?
Yeah, absolutely. The message for me, after the game was this is a performance to put aside. We're disappointed by it, but we can't be too disheartened and let this affect where we are and what we're doing. We can't be too disappointed by it. It's, you go down to 10 men and these things can happen against a Central Coast side that's in really good form. So, the reaction has been really good, and I'm expecting even more tomorrow night.